Yo, what's up? This is Zano Hannah, and we are just going to be talking about Marathon. I just want to say thank you for all the ones that have stuck through onto this channel. We're growing little by little, but I'm trying to do more content, some long form content of what I think of different things, of different games and stuff. But right now, what we're going to be talking about is Marathon. That will be coming out in like around 2 weeks or so. So I think 2 weeks or maybe the beta. But anyways, yeah. Thank you very much for supporting the channel and liking this video. And if you could, subscribe. Yeah, we're just going to be talking about Marathon in this one. And yeah, I did a pre-recording of everything I've done in this video. So if I sound tired or very like monotone, it's because I was tired from work. But yeah, I hope you enjoy and thanks very much for watching. Marathon is one of the most divisive new releases right now. Some players are cautiously optimistic, others are flat out skeptical. That split makes sense. We don't have like the full picture yet, but there's a lot to unpack. Let's break down why people are on the fence and what excites veterans and what Bungie needs to get right. Many players are split into two camps. Skeptics see Marathon as another Concord, a safe incremental title that won't move the needle. And I can definitely see why they see that, since there have been so many games that have flopped since then. Even before then, I would say even like Anthem was one, for me, of course. And then you have like the believers. They think that this could be something fresh, a real competitor to games like Arc Raiders and a new direction for Bungie. Both reactions are valid though. We're reacting to a game that has limited information and past expectations, and how Bungie has handled transitions before. I can see why some people are kind of on a big fence and they're like, you want me to pay for this? And I don't even know if it's going to be good. So a lot of the consumer are going to be feeling that I'm gonna wait until something's out. And a lot of the debate comes down to trust. So will Bungie even lean on familiar formulas, or will they push the extraction shooter format into something uniquely theirs? I've spent hundreds of hours in Destiny, and the original Destiny 1 PvP loop stuck with me. Like, who doesn't remember like when you actually obtained the thorn and you were just two tapping fools, like easy. It was just so fun. And man, like Destiny 1 was so great, especially when you go into the Crucible. It was just, oh man, like who can pass up like tight gameplay, satisfying weapon variety, and the thrill of like random loot. But if Bungie can transplant that gun feel and look and the loot excitement into Marathon's like extraction loop, it could hook longtime fans. It could, maybe, I would say most of the veterans have kind of had like this really bitter taste to Bungie, and it's understandable of how they've kind of left Destiny at its state right now. But imagine Destiny grade weapon handling combined with high stakes extraction tension. That's literally a recipe for memorable moments, and a strong veteran audience would like that. But I don't know if that will kind of hook people of Bungie that loved it from the beginning. Would they even consider Marathon? But it's not going to be automatic. The core systems, movement, aim responsiveness, and reward pacing all have to feel literally right. And I feel that they have such a small gap for error to actually please the masses. Extraction games demand a different rhythm: risk versus reward, meaningful inventory decisions, and tension on every engagement. We just saw Arc Raiders enter the space and opinions were mixed. Marathon has to do more than copy the template, you know? To win over the masses, Bungie needs clear, compelling reasons to extract, unique progression, satisfying short-term rewards, and moments that streamers and communities can rally around. I would even say that what Arc Raiders actually had was a streamer called Burnt Peanut. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I would see that much content on Arc Raiders from beginning of it. He made Arc Raiders look like such a communicative type of game, and also something that could attract people that love PvP at the same time. He found a way to make it super fun, super funny, as well as super engaging for people that love those high risk, high rewards engagements. If they nail those pillars, Marathon won't just be another game. It could like literally redefine how Bungie approaches competitive narrative adjacent shooters, since I guess they wanted to put PvP in this, or PvE more like. What really grabs me about Marathon is the art direction. Anyone who knows me, I'm obsessed with dystopian, cyberpop, futuristic aesthetics. That Ghost in the Shell cyberpunk adjacent vibe. Marathon nails that like to the T. The colors, the shapes, the techwear silhouettes, it feels like a world that's both broken and stylish at the same time, and that's exactly the lane I love. What I really am curious about is how this visual identity translates into the actual in-game items, like the skins, the gear, the loot you pick up mid-run. In extraction shooters, like even with Arc Raiders, clarity is everything. You need to instantly recognize what you're grabbing, what it does, and whether it's worth risking your life for. One misread and that could cost you your entire loadout. And for a game that literally people just takes, like recycles your items, that's really, 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 really important for a game company to get that right. So the question is, will Bungie's art team make loot that's both visually striking and readable in the chaos of a match? I would be lying if I said the art plagiarism situation didn't cross my mind, but that's a bad look. No way around it though. So I would say that definitely needs to be kind of nipped in the bud. And especially I would say that they definitely need to probably even get that guy to actually work for them. I mean, if you saw his work, it was amazing. So I don't know why they can't just be like, hey, I like his work. I think he would be great for the whole visual aspects of Marathon. Let's just bring him on, you know? But I wouldn't lie. Moves like that can make players really hesitant to support a game, especially when trust is already so fragile. Bungie has to show they've learned from that mistake and that the visual style going forward is genuinely theirs, not borrowed or lifted, you know? But if they can deliver a world that can feel original, cohesive, and instantly recognizable, and tie that into loot that's functional and iconic, Marathon could stand out visually in a genre that's getting crowded fast. So, I guess the key things I'll be watching in this, in this space for Marathon is basically the weapon feel, the loot loops, extraction risks, mechanics, and how Bungie balances accessibility with depth. That's basically it. And if they just get that right, I think the game will be fine, you know? And since Bungie is in its name, they definitely have a massive, massive shoe to fill, you know? But if those elements click, Marathon could surprise a lot of skeptics. And I wouldn't even, I wouldn't even like go past that. Probably they might just actually join in and actually play it for themselves, you know? If they don't, then, you know, what it is. But if Bungie don't get this right, that Concord level, that Concord that is hanging over their head is definitely going to hit them. And they're going to be Concord 3, 4. I can't remember. We've lost count. I literally lost count. So, and that would stick for them forever. Unless they find a way to resurrect themselves from this whole situation that I would say is getting harder and harder through the years. But either way, I'm excited to dive in and test it out on the stream when I do it. but it will be very, very interesting to see how the game will respond. They've already had so many playtests, so many betas and stuff like that, and people that have done it. I've watched a few people's like videos showcasing it and talking about it too, and saying that it's changed from when they played it, and people that have played the change also saying I've seen it change again, and it looks better, it looks smoother, it looks more responsive. So it seems like they are definitely really working hard to make this right. I just hope that they don't make the same mistakes that they did with Destiny 2 that made me step away from Destiny 2. But yeah, drop your hot takes in the comments. Tell me what you think about the marathon that is coming. I was going to say Destiny marathon. Are you skeptical or are you hyped about it? Like, give me a lowdown on that. If you also watch streams as well, come through to my stream on Twitch. You will probably see it on screen right now, and come through, follow up on that, and we'll definitely be talking about Marathon a lot. But yeah, I play an assortment of games, but when Marathon drops, I'll probably try it out, especially because, yeah, as I said, I love the direction. We'll see how it goes, you know? And yeah, but I'll read all of the best ones on stream probably, or maybe in the next video. I don't know what my other video would be, but yeah. Anyways, thank you very much. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later. Peace.